that existed. But
yeah, but sorry, is it a translation of an earlier Bible, like a Greek or a Hebrew Bible?
I mean, it doesn't exist today, nowadays. There's no physical...
oh, I see.
Yeah, it just...
Because the original Hebrew Bible is obviously in Hebrew. It's not in Aramaic, apart from bits of Daniel, whatever. And the New Testament's in Greek, not in Aramaic. So, it doesn't exist today. Okay, so this is...
Exactly,
okay.
yeah.
But the original... Moses didn't speak Aramaic.
Of course.
So, and Jesus did, but we don't have his words. We only have the Greek translation from much later. So,
yeah, but
apart from a few words,
can accurately describe someone's words. So translation is fine. So in the same sense that if the writings of the Bible were in Greek, say for the New Testament, we will be able to know from those who were closest to actual apostles. We can know from their writings specifically what they thought that Bible was. Right? Because they're writing in the same language.
But it won't be accurate. There's speculation and there's some saying, since we don't have the original one.
The original what?
We don't have the original of anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But you see, the Bible is a library of books written by many different people over 1,000 years. So we don't have any original manuscripts of anything in the Bible at all. We have nothing.
Yeah, and the same for the Quran.
And some of the we do have manuscripts that go back to the time of the Prophet.
No, they predate. They also predate the Uthmanic period, which means that they're not possible to...
Well, we have from the University of Birmingham, as I mentioned, Professor Thomas, who I interviewed, said his view. He's the head of department at University of Birmingham. He's actually a Christian, actually, just like you. He said in his expert opinion that the Quran in Birmingham comes from the time of the Prophet himself, not predates, but from the time of the Prophet. But coming back to the Bible, we don't have we have massive gaps of many centuries from the events that they described and the alleged authors and the manuscripts, many centuries, huge gaps. So we don't know if it's reliable. In fact, because of the documentary hypothesis, which scholars have developed in the last 100 years with the Pentateuch, the Torah, we know that actually it's much later than Moses. Although some of it may go back to Moses, but we know it's not actually from. It's not historically from the time of Moses at all. No, scholars don't think it anymore.
The Quran specifically says that actually the Torah was given to Musa.
Yeah, so but that's the original Torah, not the Torah we're talking about now. So, but why is it the case?
It was the actual, because Surah 7, Ayah 157 explicitly says the Torah they have in their hands.
Yeah.
So it was the Torah that Muhammad had.
But also there are passages in the Quran that speak about the Quran as a muhaymin in Surah Maida, for example, which is a way it's a way of like a quality control, sorting out that which is true in the Torah and that which is false. So there's a mixture. The Quran teaches a mixture of reliable and unreliable thing in the Torah. But coming back, can we come back to the Bible? We're talking about the Bible here. I want to point to the way the Bible. I want to because I want to talk about the Bible for a second.
We'll go back to that. So just to address what you just
want to come back to the Bible for a second. The Torah.
Just finish this?
No. I just want to finish my point. Yeah, I want to finish my point. The Torah the Torah is not actually. I want to address my point.
Okay, so you made a point.
The Torah is claimed to be by Moses, but we now know, if you actually read the Torah closely, it's full of inconsistencies and doublets. These are stories that are told several times that contradict themselves. So scholars today don't believe that the Torah we have today is actually from the time of Moses. And it's the same with the Gospels. The Gospels are anonymous. We don't know who wrote them, where they wrote them. We're not talking about the Quran. We're talking. Before you arrived, we're talking about the Bible.
My point is that
no. Our point. Before you introduce. Can I borrow you a second?
No. Wait.
Before. I just want to explain something to camera. Before you came along, we were talking about the Bible, and I want to. Will you us lead the conversation rather than you take over and tell us what we're going to be talking about? Will you accept that?
We were literally talking about the same thing.
So coming back to the Gospels. The Gospels we have are not eyewitness. Yes. Because we were having a discussion long before you arrived.
Yeah, and I mentioned
so the Gospels we have are not eyewitness testimony.
Deal with that.
Christian scholars no longer think they are. So how do we know what? He only wants to bash Islam because he's a fundamentalist Christian, and that you didn't know.
You're literally bashing Christianity.
So Christianity.
Logically about the.
So were you aware that the Christians no longer believe the Gospels are eyewitness testimony?
There are scholars that don't believe that, but there are many Christians that do believe.
Were you aware that Christian scholars no longer believe
No,
that
not
the Gospels are
universally,
eyewitness
no.
testimony.
Yeah,
There are,
of course,
show me
there is,
universally.
there is some say that
Yes, there are some that
we
say
don't,
it
we
is,
don't
some
know.
that say it isn't.
exactly, yeah.
Can you name
The,
some
the,
that say
the,
it is?
the,
The
the
scholars,
experts.
yeah, main
Yeah,
scholars
yeah.
say some that say
But it's
it is.
interesting why they
Acknowledge
don't,
it.
because the Gospels themselves don't claim to be by eyewitnesses. They actually don't say they're by eyewitnesses. They don't even say who they are. They don't say, I am X, and I am from here, and I am writing
Because
this,
it
or
was
I knew
evident to those who it was
they
written to
never
that they
they never
were.
even say who they are, or where they were from, or when they were written, and they don't even claim to be eyewitnesses. Isn't it extraordinary?
Again.
So we're not talking about the Quran, we're talking about the Bible.
Yeah, but your Quran affirms my scriptures, so.
This man has an agenda wanting to
You have an
rubbish.
agenda.
So my agenda is to try and discuss with
You
this
can't
gentleman what we're
stand
discussing.
on- you cannot
So
stand on
Objectively, because they understood that there is no actual proof for that, for them to say that, basically.
Actually, sorry?
To acknowledge that
Yeah.
it's not, that there is no reliable source for the Bible. For the scholars that said
Go
that,
ahead, the
basically.
original manuscript. It's quite extraordinary. Thanks. No, I didn't want this to be filmed because this guy is one of the missionaries, so I don't want to.